I don't know about you, but I'm feeling 22. Hello everyone, my name is the Lego Kid 2003, and today we're playing some Honkai Star Rail. Yes, I just sang a line from Taylor Swift's 22, because today's my birthday. Specifically my 22nd birthday, which is literally the only reason I made that joke. I march forward without regret. But yeah, in the last episode we continued Penacony's story. We found out that Robin is alive and didn't die. We learned that the entity that we've been calling death doesn't actually cause death, but acts as a sort of gateway into a deeper part of Penacony called Dreamflux Reef. And that is around where we're going to be continuing the story. Kind of. As we continue along the path of saving Penacony, and there's also a Stellaron involved, again. But it's a bit of a unique situation because the dreamscape was built through the power of the Stellaron. So, if we seal the Stellaron, then I'm not entirely sure if we'll be destroying the dreamscape in the process. But we'll figure it out. I'm sure everything will be fine. I did have to do a tiny bit of questing. Well, I didn't really have to, but I did a tiny bit of questing. So I'm gonna have to quickly teleport over. Where's the navigation? Oh, right, I have to turn on. There we go. So, yeah. Oh, I did have to cancel the stream for tonight because my dad is taking me, out to dinner. And since I don't really know when, when we'd be getting back from that, I just decided to cancel this stream just in case. Because better safe than sorry. But I think my new plan is going to first react to the Genshin Impact 5.5 special program and then switch to Star Rail. So you can kind of just take care of both in the same stream. Yeah? Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. Yeah. Also, there's a good chance that I'm going to be switching the title of this stream when I transfer it over to YouTube in a couple of weeks. But I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. We'll be fine. But yeah, sorry if my voice is really cringe. I don't really sing a whole lot anymore. Since I graduated high school, I've kind of noticed that I've been singing less and less, so I'm a little bit out of practice, but it's fine. I did it for the jokes, I did it for the memes. But yeah, now we're actually switching to Robin's point of view, not Sparkle's.
Mr. Sunday! Hey, come over here!
Looks like someone needs help. Let's go check it out.
Yeah. Let's make sure that nothing's all glitched out. Okay, we're fine. We're fine, we're good.
Mr. Sunday. Hey there! Okay, see the moon in the sky? It's about the size of the cap on my soul glad bottom. If I just reached out my hand, I could grab the moon, couldn't I?
No, because that's not how distance works.
The moon? You mean the Grand Theater?
Oh yeah, and the Grand Theater is the Stellaron itself. That's another thing that I forgot to mention.
Yeah. Look at me. I've been away from home for too long. I must be missing that moon.
Gosh.
But it's no big deal. The Grand Theater here looks much better than the moon back home. It's just magnificent.
Hello, hello. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well. As you can see, we're playing Honkai Star Rail. We're behind in the story, but we're very quickly catching up.
Not to sell everything I had
We'll be in
just to
M4s
come
before
to
long.
Penacony. How short-sighted.
Yeah, hello. How are you doing today?
Selling everything you had. Why would you go to such lengths?
Pardon.
Why? Can't you see? Life back home is miserable. It's not really living at all.
I'm gonna really quickly do this while everything's still kind of nice and calm, but we have goals. We have meters to be filled. The blue meter right next to my head is my oh so lovely follow goal. If we hit 350 followers on Twitch, then I will start playing Persona 5 Royal for the Nintendo Switch. I do have the game. It is loaded in my Switch. Like, my Switch recognizes that I am in possession of a copy of Persona 5 Royal. So, the blue meter gets filled up, we will begin playing that game. Yeah, I'll put that game into the rotation. And we will begin playing it. Which is gonna be fun, because it's the first Persona game that I've ever gotten my hands on, so it's gonna be an experience for sure. The green meter right next to it is my sub goal. Very simple, very easy. I hit 100 subs on Twitch, I will do a stream in a maid outfit.
It's better.
And there's a
here.
slight
Pain,
bit the last time I
worries
fully
about
mentioned it
tomorrow,
where one of my
just
mods
free.
offered to make me a
Do
maid
whatever
outfit,
you want.
so that's extra
That's
incentive.
what I call living. Yeah, now this is the life.
Is this truly living?
I'm not sure, I've not been paying attention.
Huh? What did you say, young lady? I didn't quite catch that.
You're one to talk, calling you seem like an American? I'm not entirely sure how I should take that. You're 50% right. To be specific, I'm half American, half Hispanic, so yeah, there's American in me, but I'm not 100%.
Oh, it's nothing, sir. You see, the
Are you?
traffic on Glocks Avenue can
Kind
be
of.
dangerous. How about I ask a bloodhound
I
family
am
member to
kind
escort
of
you to Ideal
American.
Park over there, so you can continue enjoying your sweet dream.
Yeah, I get it. Well, howdy, howdy. But yeah, this individual right here, calling someone young anything is exceedingly ironic because he looks 5.
Oh, yeah.
It literally
that's
looks like a
great
5-year-old.
idea. Wow. No wonder you are the leader of this sweet dream. You're totally a lifesaver. See you around, Mr. Sunday. And it was nice chatting with you.
I'm doing well. Good to hear.
What's up, sister?
This is the land of the dreams. But why do they live like this?
What about you? I'm doing alright. Kind of tired because I had a bit of a late night last night. But I'm doing alright. Yo, this game is fire.
The man we ran into.
It's honestly proven itself to be a
doesn't
really,
seem
really
happy
fun
at all.
game. Do I like anime? I absolutely love anime. I honestly have an entire watch list of anime that I have not finished yet. Need to look into it.
Even though sweet dreams are nice, they're just illusions. But for him, they're the only way to survive, even if it means giving up on reality. That's not really living at all.
I suppose you have a point. But, in my opinion, that's how most
Definitely
people
gonna
live their
so
lives.
pay attention.
Why do you say that?
You think that man is not actually living, but that's not quite accurate. Even without Penacony, people create their own illusions called
Have you thought to
self-value.
become a VTuber? I've juggled with the idea.
People believe they have a predetermined value to fulfill.
100% decided on it.
Gaining value means gaining power, and those deemed worthless are seen as the weak. However, value
But
doesn't
yeah,
come out of
it's definitely a
thin
thought
air,
that's crossed my mind.
and there's a limit to it. To accumulate value, people have to take from others. So, the weak get exploited and oppressed.
Adelina, thank you for the follow.
Are you suggesting that this is not how things should be?
I'll definitely get some ideas from them. I will certainly check them out when I have the time.
Exactly. But, ironically, people don't think there's anything wrong with it, because they uphold the illusory notion of self-value.
Am I on Discord?
even the weak
Yes,
believe
I
it.
think there is a command you guys can use. Hold on. I need to remind myself of what commands I have. I still have all my commands. Okay, good. If you put exclamation mark socials into the chat, you'll have all the information you need. Yep. Yeah, I'll certainly add you. Oh, there we go. That works too.
Survival of the fittest. That's
I
where all
don't
the tragedies
remember
in
if
the
that's the
world come
permanent
from.
link or not.
People come to the sweet dream in Penacony to escape from that reality and find solace.
Yep, there we go.
Note tragedies exist here.
Right.
Only happiness. Although in its nascent form. Isn't that the same paradise we yearn for in our dreams?
Outside, on Discord, can you add me back? I will do that a little later.
Perhaps that man is just an exception. Let's not jump to conclusions. We should experience the dreamscape ourselves. Just as I did at Dreamflux Reef.
Yeah, it certainly would be good to kind of explore, get to know the area. How long will the stream be going? I normally stream Star Rail stuff for about 3 hours, because the
Seeing
game is
is
so
believing.
long.
I'll accompany you. The Dream Master hasn't shown up yet, so we have some time for a stroll.
Yeah, because if I go for any shorter than that, then I'll never catch up. Will you look at Discord after the stream? I certainly will. The game frozen. There we go. Do I have a custom banner for Twitch? I certainly do.
Glad to meet you again, Robin. How are the preparations for the Charmony
Yeah,
Festival coming along?
I have a custom banner for Twitch that an old friend of mine ended up drawing up for me. It looks really nice.
It's going smoothly. Thanks for making the trip to join the festival.
You're too kind, Robin. It's a pleasure to have guests from all over the universe celebrating day and night.
I can't stand being lonely or bored, so this jubilant dreamscape is perfect for me.
There's some great
But
ideas.
if this went on forever, would it get boring too?
I am definitely curious as to what those ideas are once I'm all wrapped up here. Yeah, if something went on forever, then I feel like it would get kind of boring after a while.
Nah, not at all. Who would get tired of having so much fun? Every day, you get to wear fancy clothes, explore all sorts of dream bubbles, indulge in delicious food without gaining weight, and you never get old or sick. As long as you can afford a room, this place is the ultimate paradise.
Yeah, but there's also a case of, like, too much of a good
You
thing.
know that only a few things can be brought back from the dreamscape to reality, right?
And then there's
Exactly
that.
why I don't plan on bringing anything back. Just enjoying the dream itself is good enough for me. I mean, I'm not one of those long-living species. I only have around 60 or 70 years in this lifetime, and there's so much to worry about. Being happy here is pure bliss.
I'm gonna have some food. Alrighty.
Only in this sweet dream
I hope
can
you're able to
truly
enjoy
feel
some
like
good
I'm in
food.
control of my life and fate. Who would want to go back to reality after experiencing this bliss?
Catch you later on Discord after the stream. We'll discuss some on your channel. Alright, sounds good.
I see. I genuinely wish you all the happiness in the world.
And I wish you a fantastic performance, Robin! I'm off to the
Even though
Blue
I
Hour
can't
for the
really
ball.
purchase
See you
anything.
later.
Yep. Then yeah, well, I won't be able to actually have a nice day. You have a nice day as well. That's free from stream. I know, right?
Seems like that guest's perspective didn't resonate with you either.
Hold on, I have to send something really quickly.
She had a valid point. I could sense her genuine happiness. It's just that...
Just that, what?
What you're trying to say is, she thinks she's in control of her life. But in reality, she's just escaping from reality and seeking solace in this sweet dream. Once she steps out of this sanctuary, everything will be lost.
Pretty much.
Well, she did make mention of being able to afford a room. Didn't she?
However, the paradise in our dreams, it doesn't have to end.
No. And the paradise we yearn for shouldn't be just a fleeting dream either.
Continue to learn more about the dream before the Dream Master's arrival. What the? Alright, that's kind of weird. I guess we're talking to you next. Quiet guest.
The scenery in this dreamscape is truly breathtaking, isn't it?
Oh, Robin. Can't believe I'm meeting you in person here. What an honor.
I keep forgetting that Robin is like a celebrity within the dreamscape.
You're right. Even though time stands still in this dreamscape, it always feels fresh.
It's amazing.
I find something new every time.
Philosophical mind. I hope I'm not intruding.
Oh, not at all. No. With little time left, I yearn for meaningful conversations, especially with someone as esteemed as you. Do you mind if we chat?
It's my pleasure. No need to be formal. Just speak your mind. You said, with little time left. Please, forgive me for being blunt. But is that why you came to Penacony?
Yeah. I was part of a war, and while escaping from the Sarkosian mothership, I got exposed to some radioactive materials. And then, all my comrades died, and my hometown was wiped out by neutron bombardments. I couldn't bear to live. everything I knew gone. That's when I heard about a possible solution here, so I came.
How heart-wrenching. I hope the family has been able to help you.
They have, and I'm truly grateful for that. They provided me with a comfortable room, the most advanced life support devices in the cosmos, and a stellar team of caregivers. My physical body is now in the dream pool, sustained by life support. The me you see here is whole, rational, and no different from any other person. But I can't say the same for the me in the hotel room.
So not only is he using the dreamscape as an escape, like a literal escape, but he's also using it to ensure that he stays alive.
My true appearance. No. I hope you never have to witness it, Robin.
So, you'll be living forever in this dreamscape, right?
Just being able to live at all is good enough for me. Whether it's in this dreamscape or not, well, I don't really have much say in the matter. My world has been torn apart, and my life could end any second. So, even if this whole place is an illusion, it's still my paradise, and I'll treasure every moment I spend here. How I envy those everlasting things.
That old man's story. It's so tragic. Fortunately, this sweet dream gives him joyful memories to hold on to for the rest of his life.
That's precisely why this sweet dream in Penacony exists.
However, even the sweet dream has its limitations. While it provides solace to the disillusioned, it can't completely eliminate pain in reality.
There will be a way out. Penacony is already on the right track.
Meets the other. Oh, we're confronting Sparkle.
Look what we have here. A lovely young lady.
Alright. Drop the facade, ya maniac. Oh boy. This happens on occasion. Ah, well. I really gonna have to do the whole close reopen thing again. Do it. Yeah, it only works.
Brother.
There we go.
What a surprise to see you again.
Show yourself. Your trick won't work on us.
I've heard that a skilled masked fool received an invitation too. That must be you, right? Did you enjoy yourself?
Robin is so unbelievably kind, goodness.
Barely.
Yep,
The
there she is.
people here are way too gullible. A little bait is all it takes for them to bite. And they run away at the slightest hint of danger. In other words, they're naive and cowardly.
Now that you've had your fill, it'd be wise to leave before it's too late. The music of the harmony doesn't tolerate discord.
Yeah, that makes sense.
What? Now that you have the real Robin, I'm useless? Oh, how disheartening. I've done so much for the family. You should be thanking me, because if it weren't for me cleaning up this mess, Penacony would still be in shambles. Don't you think?
That was a personal request from the head of the Iris family, and it has nothing to do with us. Step aside and stop causing trouble for the Charmony Festival.
The Charmony Festival?
There.
You think you can scare me? You think I have no idea what you're planning? I don't care what you're thinking, chicken wing boy. But I'm pretty sure lovely Robin won't be appearing on stage. After all, you're well aware of what a sorry state this dreamscape is in under the banner of harmony. Penacony, the land of the dreams. Is this truly the paradise you desire?
Stop it.
What's the rush, chicken wing boy? Did I get to you?
Our paradise is none of your concern, Masked Fool. Leave now, or the family won't tolerate you anymore.
Oh shoot. Oh, she's putting on her business face.
All right. I'll go. But Robin, I suggest you seriously
apologies.
consider this. Do you really believe those living in dreams can escape pain and find true happiness? Well, I've done my part, and now I'm simply waiting for the fireworks to begin.
Boy.
Here, the last two gifts for both of you. And don't lose them. If by some unfortunate chance the Charmony Festival starts against all odds, remember to use them during the show. And it'll be thrilling. Bang!
I heard a raven
Yeah,
calling
boy.
in the distance. It seems the Dream Master will arrive soon.
Alright, let's meet the Dream Master then. Once he loads in. Oh, never mind.
Let's wait here for the Dream Master to arrive.
Okay. By the way, brother, I heard you no longer have a sweet tooth. Back when we were kids, you used to steal my desserts. Seems like a lot has changed during my absence. What exactly happened?
Well, someone has to stay awake even in this sweet dream.
There, I guess.
But that someone doesn't have to be you, or anyone in particular. You're carrying too much on your shoulders, brother. The paradise in our dreams. It shouldn't be like this. Penacony is nothing more than a dream. It can't erase the worries and pain of reality, or bring true happiness. It only offers an escape from reality. Nothing more.
Remember the old man we met earlier? Without this dream, he might have completely lost himself.
Sorry, I'm yawning so much. I'm not gonna want to sleep.
That might be true, but
There we go.
even without Penacony, he could have chosen another path. As far as I know, the Intelligentsia Guild has been promoting their rehabilitation techniques for a long time now. That path may have been more ordinary and challenging, but now he's in a comatose state. And the sweet dream has become sort of end-of-life care. His fate is sealed.
Which is kinda saddening.
Is Penacony granting these people a future? Or is it taking it away from them?
Well, don't forget this. Not everyone really has a future. The future for humanity is like the sky for birds. People mistakenly believe that flight is inherent to birds because they've never witnessed those birds crashing to their death.
I can't tell. Is this little bit his hair or more wings?
Do you remember how we took in that little Charmony dove when we were young?
Yeah. We took care of it. Provided food and water, groomed its feathers. And later, when I decided to leave Penacony, I opened the cage and set it free.
Well, I didn't mention what happened to it in my letters because I didn't want to upset you.
Oh, it died, didn't it?
Shortly after you left, it crashed to its death right in front of your window.
Oh.
I had surmised as much. I knew you wouldn't have avoided mentioning the bird for no reason.
Uh-oh.
Despite that unfortunate outcome, I still believe it was the right decision. Birds aren't meant to spend their lives in cages. They belong in the sky, even if they can't fly.
But here's the thing. If there are birds in this world that can never fly, can we really assert that they belong in the sky?
That is a question.
Are you implying that the same goes for humans too?
No idea.
Let's take the Astral Express as an example. The Nameless made tremendous efforts to bridge worlds, gaining fame across the universe. However, only a few extraordinary individuals can endure such a perilous journey.
That is fair.
That's because the pursuit of the Trailblaze exceeds the capabilities of ordinary humans. Otherwise, why would this path be filled with broken rails, an abandoned express, and even a fallen eon?
Yeah, not to mention that, as far as we know, characters, whether playable or not playable, can't truly follow the path of the Trailblaze. They have to
That's just sophistry.
take that path along
If
with
that were
something else.
true, then only the powerful would have the right to determine the future.
Unfortunately, that's exactly what happens. Another name for the future is self-value. While this world has its fair share of heroes who inspire people and garner admiration for their heroic deeds, the majority of ordinary people will never become heroes in their lifetime. Some are born weak and vulnerable. Some find themselves trapped in unfortunate circumstances. Some fall victim to malice and cowardice. When it comes to survival, everyone is equal, and the weak can only watch as their value gets constantly diminished by external forces.
That's why we should care for the weak and support them as if their suffering were our own. That's what the Odes of Harmony have always taught us.
While the Harmony holds noble aspirations, the strong will always be strong, and the weak will always be weak. Even in this carefree dream. Human nature contains greatness, but it also harbors inherent weaknesses that can't be eradicated. In the end, if people can't even secure their own survival, they won't care about the illusory future of equality. As long as the law of survival of the fittest prevails, there will always be fledglings crashing to their death.
But if people don't live for the future, do they merely exist for survival? If even you, my brother, don't believe that the Harmony will save the weak, then which Eon can make our dreams come true?
People often forget that when the first bird took flight, the entire world envisioned a future where no more fledglings would ever crash to their death.
Are you reading, sister? What are you reading?
Mr. Gopherwood gave me a picture book. It's about the story of the harmonic strings. If I could become a chord master, I'd like to summon Dominicus, the harmonious choir. I want to sing with everyone and spread our wishes so that all can feel happiness and joy.
I see. Then, I would summon the harmonious choir too.
Don't you have a wish of your own, brother?
Of course I do. It's just that it includes your wish and everyone else's. I long for a true paradise where everyone can find peace.
Then, let's build a stage there and invite everyone to our performance so that both our wishes come true through the power of the harmonious choir.
deal then.
Yeah, it's a deal. But how can I become a Ford Master?
Maybe you'll have to become a star first.
Back to us. Aces
Back
hours.
sooner than I thought. Any results?
I don't remember.
Yes. And now, it's up to us to forge ahead.
Since his last will has now been conveyed, my final mission is complete. But pardon me if I sound curt. It's good to have determination. The path Mikhail left for you is not an easy one to tread. Why else would he have chosen to sleep in solitude, staking everything on some nameless future?
Hope.
We have the numbers, and in numbers comes strength. So that might just delay your inevitable a little more.
Got any more encouraging words?
As I see it, relying on Welt's negotiations alone is far from enough. Regardless of whether the other party will be compliant, negotiating simply allows us to meet them as equals and won't grant us an upper hand.
Yeah, that's fair enough, I guess.
Penacony is our rival's home turf, and we already have very few chips left to play with. Rather than idly sit around while the family's got us blocked off, an offensive approach might be a wiser course of action.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with
We're
that.
more familiar with the Stellaron's properties than most, and since it's the key to stabilizing the Sweet Dream, it's vital to the family's interests. By attacking their core interests, they're bound to retaliate hastily. And as the saying goes, haste makes waste.
That's right. As long as we pose a threat to the Stellaron, either with words or otherwise, we have a chance at gaining the upper hand.
Also, I think this is the first I think Firefly is the first Stellaron hunter that's actually willingly working with
But the
us,
problem is,
and not for like some kind of an
on the eve
ulterior
of the
motive.
Charmony Festival opening, how exactly are we going to get close to the theater? Family security will be airtight. And if we brute force it, even if we succeed, it's too risky.
Yeah.
So, no one's gonna say anything? Then I'll raise my hand. I know the answer to this question.
Alright, March, what you got?
What's that supposed to mean? You'd better believe it. So, I heard that before the Charmony Festival begins, there'll be a pageant to kick off the festival. It's called the Soul Glad TM Festivity Auditions.
Oh
or
my goodness, she
something.
actually said TM.
And it's going to be held in the moment of Scorch Sand. As long as we clinch the top spot, we'll be able to attain the title of Festive Superstar. and be able to personally bask in the graces of Miss Robin. Not that that's important. What's crucial is that we can enter the Grand Theater before the audience arrives. So, how do we go about participating in these festivity auditions? I've already procured special invite tickets from Miss Robin's fan club.
Go March. Nice one.
To tell you the truth, I had been preparing to join the auditions all along. But now it looks like even if I scrape through, I probably still won't have the chance to shake Miss Robin's hand.
So they're still running this thing, huh? It was originally just a publicity stunt, set up by Mikhail to drum up attention. Looks like worth a shot.
Maybe.
We'll follow March's plan. Mr. Gallagher, will you be joining us?
I'm afraid I won't have the time. As a virtual character, I've already completed my final mission. Whether Penacony can awaken from this dream is all down to you.
Alrighty.
Should we ever cross paths again? I'd love for you to visit the Express.
Yeah, it's really pretty.
All right. I'll have to add to that data bank of yours you've got on the Express.
And Miss Firefly, we thank you for all your support. We're faced with a formidable enemy. As long as the Astral Express and Stellaron Hunter's objectives are aligned, we're willing to cooperate with you.
We've already come this far together.
Excuse me.
I'd like to join you for the rest of your journey on Penacony. I'm pleased that we can finally fight shoulder to shoulder. I couldn't ask for a better ending.
This is also the spirit of the Trailblaze. Now, everyone, let's prepare to move out.
Sadly.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Scorched Sand Hall. This is where challengers thrive and dream chasers shine, all under the watchful eye of the entire universe.
Or we're just leaping right into the audition then.
Dreams and the tribe, dear friends, the next superstar of Penacony's Charming Festival could be you.
Oh, wow, they've really outdone themselves. Oh, I'm starting to get excited.
Behold, here come four friends with spirits high and full of steel. Are you aspiring to be the superstars of the festival?
Possibly.
Is he talking about us?
Oh, there's four of us.
Yes, you! There's no doubt about it. I see you have all the potential of a superstar in you.
Excuse me, you four. What are you hoping to get out of all this?
Saving the world.
As the last group of contestants, how confident are you in overcoming all of the challenges?
exclusive interview with us? It'll be quick.
Underperforming journalist, oh no.
Your journey is long and fraught with peril, yet under a sky blanketed by banners, you vie for the crown.
That's how competitions work.
The sword and rose! Protect the beauty! The beauty! Magnificent and majestic!
A knight's head is hard as steel. Brotherland's focus is stubborn as a heel. We don't all have to be winners, but if we don't have fun, we'd all be sinners.
Okay.
People are pouring in. Kinda feels like all sorts of baddies are showing up. Let's get in there quickly and enter the competition.
Ladies and gentlemen, please make way. Make way. Coming towards us now is one of Penacony's top 10 wealthiest tycoons and the Soul-Glad Business Empire's founder, Mr. Ideen. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm the director of Soul-Glad's factory, Ideen Leader. My four friends, introduce yourselves to the audience across the cosmos.
Do I have to?
Hello, everybody. I'm Himiko, a nameless from the Astral Express, and these are my companions.
Don't you guys need to hide your identities? Can't hide it anyways. Penacony is plastered with our posters. And because the Astral Express is so well known, the family won't dare to make any rash moves.
Yeah, we do kind of have immunity because of our reputation. All of these are such good options. I mean, except for the fourth one, that's just gonna... The fourth option doesn't really resonate with me. This one.
Don't expose my net handle to everyone! Hello, everyone! I'm Art 7. I'm an ordinary girl who loves adventures.
Sure.
Hello, everyone. I'm Firefly. I am also an ordinary girl who enjoys adventures.
So it's a bunch of nameless guests. This final face-off is bound to be spectacular. Time is precious. My four friends, come with me.
Alright.
Grab a bottle of Soul-Glad and make your dreams a blast.
Anyways. If there's a thing. Okay, really quickly, anything else in here that I might want to quickly snag? Doesn't seem like it. Okay, let's just press forward then.
This place is buzzing.
Seems so.
That's right. This event is a miniature representation of that time known as the era filled with boundless possibilities. Grab a bottle of Soul-Glad and make your dreams a blast.
Why do I feel like that jingle's gonna get very annoying very quickly?
Nameless, your arrival reminds me of the grand occasion when Penacony was first established. I was still a young, bright-eyed lad back then, lured here by the watchmaker's ads, full of zeal and ready to make my first fortune in life.
Then what happened?
During a particularly grueling day, I passed out and was resuscitated by a drink from Mr. Sousa. That sweet taste has since been etched in my mind, and that was what drove me to create the Soul Glad that we all know and love today. The dream-chasing era was truly a wondrous time. Oh, I miss those days, and the watchmaker. Scorched Sand Hall is my homage to that time of boundless possibilities. I wholeheartedly hope you make it to the finish and emerge as the next superstars of Penacony. Now then, is there anything you'd like to say before the competition officially begins?
Help me fill the meters at the top of the screen.
That's the trailblazing spirit. How about you, Miss March?
Hello, everyone! Next up, get ready for the Mega March 7th Adventure, where I'm going to break the speedrun world record!
Alright.
Trailblazing into the uncharted and challenging the limits. That's Miss March 7th for you. How about Miss Firefly?
I hope that by the end of this journey, everyone will have achieved the outcome that they hope for.
Ah, a wonderful wish! Miss Himiko, what are you expecting from your team?
Safety first, everyone.
Of course, the group mob is worried about safety.
Simple words, but full of warmth.
I'm not surprised.
Waiting for you are 3 stages, each connected to that era. The first 2 stages offer 2 distinct paths to choose from, with unique challenges on each route. And in the last stage, you will face off against a champion who has defended the title to this very day. A beloved contender whose noble virtues are unrivaled.
So, we're gonna have to fight someone.
Those are the rules. Simple. Everyone clear? Now, I hereby announce that the 33rd Scorched Sand Festival of the 20th season, sponsored by Soul Glad Enterprises, has started.
Everyone, as the Charmony Festival is drawing closer, we must reach the end as quickly as possible. Factoring in efficiency and safety, splitting up into 2 groups is the best choice.
Sounds good.
March and I haven't known Miss Firefly for too long and aren't overly familiar with her. It'd probably be better if the 2 of you paired up.
Alright.
Fine by me. Let's do it.
Yeah, I don't have any problems there.
Alright, I don't have a problem with that.
Alright, enough chit-chat, let's do it.
We'll split into the assigned groups then. Let's not waste time.
Time is of the essence.
Welcome to the first stage of Soul Glad Enterprises' 33rd Scorched Sand Festival of the 20th season, Dream Play Fantasia. In this stage, you can choose between 2 challenges, the School of Acting or School of Action. In the School of Acting challenge, you have to complete 3 performances from 3 scripts and move the panel judges. In the School of Action challenge, you have to defeat 3 groups of enemies convincingly and reach the end.
I'm gonna go action.
Now, make your choice.
to choose the School of Action. Ah, here we go again. Here we go. Sorry for the lag. Deepest apologies. Whoa. Alright. Action challenge. Acting challenge. Okay, so I'm gonna do the action challenge. Let's fight some stuff.
Crown awaits you on the stage. Welcome to the arena of action stars.
Competitors, allow me to introduce...
Oh. I haven't experienced this problem in a while.
the rules of this challenge.
Oh, there we go. It broke through. We're good. For a little bit, I thought the game was gonna crash. Nope, the game just completely crashed. Cool. I'm gonna go full screen full then. So we can bring it back up. But yeah, I've not had a crashing issue in a little bit. I'm just gonna wait. Go. Okay. Start game. Alright, just pulling the game back up. We should be back to our previously scheduled program quite soon. Hopefully. Hopefully bringing it back up won't take too long. Or at the very least, I hope it doesn't send us too far back. Because I'm not entirely sure if that counts as a domain or not. There we go. Alright. Yeah, so far it's been a good birthday. Definitely good. Got some nice letters. A bunch of my friends sent a lot of beautiful messages. It is very, very nice. There we go. Yeah, hopefully the more and more I play this game, the more stable everything gets, and hopefully eventually crashing will be a thing of the past. There we go. I think. Alright. Alright, there we go. Yeah, we're back where we're supposed to be, I think. Oh. Never mind. Let's try this again. Hello, hello. Alright. Welcome to the stream. Let's hope we don't have another login error. Stop it. Stop rolling bowling balls. What game is this? This is Honkai Star Rail. A pretty fun game made by Hoyoverse, the same people who presented the world with Genshin Impact, Zenless Zone Zero, and other beautiful games. Okay. 5 minutes. Alright. Let's see if we can do that either as fast or even faster. Right. Bubblehound who's been forced to play a monster. Pobrecito. Anyways, let's destroy everything. Oh, there we go. Boom. Alright, and then do this. Roblox is cooler to play Dress to Impress. I have heard quite a few good things about Dress to Impress from one of my mods. I've never really played Roblox before, but I'll definitely put it into consideration. If I'm able to be properly convinced. Okay, the music of this area is really good. Oh wait, I just realized I forgot to turn desktop audio back on, so you couldn't hear anything. Anyways, battle over.
Soul glad! My soul glad!
Pretty simple. I just hope these tests don't take too long.
Well, let's hope not. Alright, cool. Next up is you.
Congratulations on becoming the first group of Dream Chasers! Answering the call from the Watchmaker, you are disappointed to learn that Penacony isn't paved with gold. Resigned to your current plight, you start from the hierarchical dredges, biding your time for a chance at success.
I kind of like how the judges do all the like world building for each
Just
of the
as you're about to give up, a
themes of the
downpour
challenges.
sparks a business idea.
It's cute.
You enter the umbrella business! But just as things are looking up, you encounter a competitor. Defeat them and emerge victorious from this trade war.
Here.
Why is our opponent so glad?
Because this is So Glad Enterprises' 33rd festivity auditions.
That was too long.
Product placement?
Seems like it.
Guard the integrity of Soul Glad. I will soar high into the sky.
I find it both funny and sad that it's like the monster's name, and then it's who's been forced to play a monster. Like, they're not doing this of their own free will.
Just a scratch. Rules are made to be broken.
I'm gonna enjoy it. Yeah, boy.
You can't run!
Move carefully.
Okay, so I'm going to hunting you down.
The truth of life and death, revealed in an instant. This sanctuary
We can just break
is but
you.
sufficient.
Kind of spread the damage around.
What about this?
You won't get away.
There we go.
My turn.
Alright, I'm going
With
to
me out
have you
here,
use
how
shields.
can we lose?
Combat is a series of precise machinations.
I don't have enough energy to blast, which is fine. So I can just do this.
Try that again.
Perhaps you still don't understand. Humanity never conceals its desire to control the heavens. And I'm no exception.
That was a good call.
It's too late to repent.
Alright,
Gotta try hard sometimes.
glacial
Check out this
cascade.
awesome move.
Alright, good. Now I can really
The time is now.
have some fun here. There's so many
Let's make it
damage over
quick.
times.
Yeah.
First up.
Rules are made to be broken.
Boop.
You have the worst luck,
Time for a detailed overhaul.
One at
Let's
a
go
time.
ahead. Focus on the single important stuff.
Step aside. I have no interest in
Ah,
stoking
boy.
conflict.
Okay, never mind.
How about this?
Go away.
Eh,
You can't run. Watch this.
Combat is a series of precise machinations.
alright. I think it should be good with the next couple.
The
Okay, so
truth
yeah,
of
this
life
hit
and
will
death,
finish you.
revealed in this sanctuary is but
Hopefully.
sufficient.
There we are.
The world kisses me with pain, and I provide with soul glad in return. Whoosh!
Eh. Anyways, next opponent. Oh, it's these T-Rex guys.
Congratulations to our two Dream Chasers for establishing yourselves as budding stars in Penacony. However, now you face a competitor selling at low prices, pushing you to the brink of bankruptcy.
Alright, so that's the lore.
No matter how lengthy the battle, you always persevere. Topple this powerful opponent, and the tides will turn, paving a way to success!
None will take my soul glad away from me. I will use the transmutation
I've gotta make you play
arcanum
just it.
to turn into a dinosaur.
Maybe. Maybe I will, maybe I won't.
Oh, dinosaur! Devour my enemies! Grab a bottle of soul glad!
Nope. Nah, listening to that jingle again. Away with that.
Move
Perhaps
carefully.
you still don't understand. Humanity never conceals its desire to control the heavens. And I'm no exception.
Just the grr. Okay. So let's just have whale on these guys. Oh, you guys don't have a physical weakness. That's not great. Ow. First up.
Rules are made to be broken!
And knock him down.
Clemency? Never heard of it.
So that's gonna set you off. They look like little Charizards, they kind of do. And it's kind of funny.
You have the worst luck running into me.
Alright, so I'm gonna mainly prioritize you as much as I
Time
can.
for a detailed overhaul. Come one, come all.
Alright, I think I'll be able to I'll be able to weakness break it for sure.
You won't get away.
This is our
The
chance.
truth of life and death, revealed in an instant. This
Weakness
sentry
break you too.
is but a vision.
You won't
There
get
we
away.
go.
Batter up!
I told ya I could fight. Watch this. Gotta try hard sometimes. Check out.
Okay, yeah, they
this
do kind of
awesome
look like Charizards with little shit heads. No, I won't be able to stop thinking about that.
Perhaps you still don't understand. Humanity never conceals its desire to control the heavens.
Off the movements
And
for
I am
later.
no exception.
And that's one. And that's victory.
The body withers, but the soul-glad name shall not. Ah, you truly are a beast, more than I can ever be.
Why, thank you.
That should do it! Okay. Let's go. Mr. Yang is waiting for us. Isn't this fight way off from the actual storyline?
Transforming into a dinosaur isn't imaginative enough for you? This is the sort of magic only seen on Penacony. Anyway, let's get back on track.
It's a little
Where were we?
far-fetched.
Oh, that's right. After an extended battle, you finally emerged victorious! But the companion who journeyed to Penacony with you chose to leave, having lost all hope. In the years that followed, you encountered each other once more on the prosperous streets of Penacony, but dared not call out to one another. Perhaps akin to the lingering regret of every dream chaser. Ah, well done! You brought to life the thrilling action scenes from Once Upon a Time in Dreams with your fighting skills.
Thank you. I guess.
Looks like we won! Let's
Yes.
hurry up and get to the next stage.
Congrats to both of you for clearing the stage, but more importantly, are you having fun? Fun is more important than success. Look at the time! You finished much faster than that red-haired contestant did.
Nice.
That red-hair contestant. Who is that exactly?
You'll find out eventually, but only if you clear the next test first. You have the option to choose gunfire and undergo Brother Hanu's trial, or time, where you'll face Clucky's trial. Now, make your choice.
Which one? Alright, gunfire. This one. I don't like time challenges.
Dear friends, welcome to the enchanting universe created by the Watchmaker. Awaiting you is the morally dubious yet ever charming character from the animated Clucky series, Hanu. It is said that these cartoon characters were inspired by the Watchmaker's own experiences. According to research by Clucky scholars, the original Hanu of reality shared a deep friendship with the Watchmaker, akin to comrades in arms. Enter into the world of Hanu via the TV by the entrance and partake in an enchanting and suspenseful story with him. Good luck in there.
So I just needed to respond to a
If it's a
DM.
gunfire
Anyways.
trial, we should be able to settle this with a fight, right? I
Assumedly.
hope this won't waste too much of our time.
Here we go. Oh, it's an actual Hanu trial.
1, 2, 3.
Here we go.
Are we both in control of this Hanu character?
Very good.
Maybe.
Looks like you've got the hang of it. In this Hanu's Adventure episode, Boss Toad has gathered his battleships for an assault on Dreamville. Old Buzzfly, Cousin Wolf, and Bombhead are all raring to go. Hanu must thwart their advance and protect his home.
Right.
Alas, Hanu presently is ill-equipped to fend off the malevolent mischief makers, which is why he is preparing to seek out the Puzzle Gentleman's aid. Go forth and speak to him.
Right. Through here.
brave Hanu. You look like you could really use some help. Long time no see, Hanu. You look pretty stressed out. How about an intense and thrilling game of Dream Jigsaw to blow off some steam?
I'm alright with that.
Oh my! Are you telling me that Boss Stone has rallied the villains to seize Dreamville? What a dreadful twist of fate!
Your voice sounds familiar.
Listen closely, Hanu. I'm aware you're in need of a suitable weapon. And I also know there's one just upstairs.
Why does he sound like Sampo?
But you know what? You'll have to play an exhilarating round of Dream Jigsaw first. No Jigsaw, no moving forward.
He sounds just a little bit like Sampo.
Now scurry along, Hanu, but tread carefully. Two ne'er-do-wells are also eyeing those jigsaw pieces. Either outsmart them with the quick knockout, or ensure they don't catch you in the act. I can't wait to see you finish the Dream Jigsaw. Best of luck, Hanu.
Let's stay alert and make sure those monsters don't spot us.
What exactly does this do? Oh, nothing because I can't reach. There, what does this do, I wonder? Where does this bring me? Like right here.
Look up there! If we can push that thing down, do you think that would do the trick?
Chest here. Investigate. Sometimes you can find heavy items at high places that Hanu can drop if they fall in the hands of boss stones. In that case, you can temporarily disable them. How long will he stay knocked out like that? Back up here. Grab the next one. There's another one down over there. Okay. Go, 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 go. No! Gonna have to wait. It's a little too risky to act now. Time just right. Now.
Finally, that's all the jigsaw pieces. Let's hurry back.
Already on it. Yeah, I'll put the bird later. Looks like you're still down for the count. Which is fine by me. Alright, we collected your puzzle pieces. Looks like like there's also a TV, so we can go back to our normal form. But it'll let us do the puzzle. So that goes there. This goes over here. Those I just gotta figure out. Yeah, that right there. This here. That there. That here. And that just leaves you going there.
Oh my! The exquisite sensation of perfect alignment! My organizational itch has been quite thoroughly scratched.
TMI, dude.
Hurry now, Hanu. Touch that TV set and transform back into your own self. Then head upstairs. Your weapon awaits you there.
Are such haphazard instructions really okay?
I guess so. Anyways. Yeah, because Hanu can't climb stairs.
Disconnecting from that thing so suddenly has left me feeling slightly disoriented.
Yeah, you get used to it.
Is that Hanu?
I think so.
What exactly is he talking about?
I have no idea.
Tick-tock! It's time for me to make an appearance!
Oh, hey, it's Mickey Mouse. Where'd you come from?
Lucky? I can also see him. Is this character part of the show?
I guess.
In Dreamville, Clocky is everywhere and can do anything! Like right now! I can be your translator! Tick-tock!
Useful.
Hanu says, battle! We must do battle!
Oh, I have to fight him.
The enemy is at our doorstep, and we have no path of retreat for the future of Dreamville! Touch that suspicious-looking TV right now!
So they just jumped inside that TV.
Looks like they did.
Logic in this plot and dialogue is really being pushed to its limits.
Logic went out the window the second we stepped foot in Penacony.
Well,
Anyways, here we go.
Here we go again. Ready? I am gradually getting used to this. Huh. Who knows? I might even be able to perform some high-level moves with Hanu.
With this tiny little body, I doubt it.
Did someone say high-level movies just now? That's right, pal. The upcoming script is just exploding with all sorts of high-level shenanigans. Last we saw, Hanu was preparing for battle. Suddenly, he hears heavy footsteps coming from the hallway. The mischief makers have broken into his home. But brave Hanu won't go down without a fight. He instantly sprints for the storage room, ready for a do-or-die showdown against the baddies.
But we still don't have any weapons in hand.
Yeah, that is kind of an issue.
Hanu's favorite bazooka just so happens to be in that storage room. So there's a move on.
That works.
What a coincidentally convenient plot twist. It'd be even more awesome if the organizers allowed me to wear armor.
Yeah, but then that would out you completely. Is here over this way? Chest. So where exactly are we heading? I know I can't teleport, but I still would like to know the directions I need to take, so I'm not wandering around aimlessly. Okay.
The storage room. It's behind the shelves, right?
But there's an evilly there's bad guys right there. Okay, so first if I can see something here that is of my own personal interest, that I can't select because I'm small.
Now we should have a way of dealing with those baddies.
Beat the mischief makers, right?
This thing feels just like the soaring locust too.
That was close. There we go. Should be all of them, I think. Oh.
Careful. It looks like we've got more company. Get ready to fire. Here we go again. But no big deal. We're pretty handy with this bazooka now.
Alright, thank goodness I can go rapid fire with it.
That should be all of them, right?
I think so.
Money! Oh, he's on the street! Everyone! The stage is complete! Quickly! Head through the TV to the next stage!
I guess that's all we needed to do.
Well, that's that. But it is gonna be hard to let go of this bazooka. Never mind. Let's hurry over to the next stage.
Yep, time is of the essence. All that jazz.
Great. The more the better.
Okay.
Nice.
Oh, there we go. Okay. Chest.
Is that all?
I hope there's a, oh, I guess not. Well.
Congratulations to both of you! Oh, you've overcome all obstacles and proven yourselves. But, unfortunately, there is only one who can be Penacony's festive superstar.
Oh, are we gonna have to fight Firefly again?
In the final stage, you will face the defending champion. If you fail, you will lose the opportunity to become the festive superstar. Welcome to the 33rd Scorched Sand Festival's 3rd stage.
Okay, so I guess we get to meet whoever the redhead is. Well, here we go again. That's fine. with the reverie who takes a keen interest in the path of Trailblaze. Ooh. Will Misha officially join the Trailblaze after Penacony? I guess we'll see. Arena 1. I don't totally know if there's a difference. But, alright. Take victory in the Superstar Showdown.
No way, I think I just saw someone. Someone extraordinary.
Might you have seen, I wonder?
Please wait!
Oh, it's you. Hello, Argente.
By the glorious light of beauty! I never thought I would see you again. In such turbulent times, your kind faces are as spring's gentle breeze, bringing solace to my scorched heart.
Are you a knight of beauty?
If memory serves, he is.
You've already heard of my humble title elsewhere? I am deeply honored.
I had a feeling it was just... I had a feeling it was either Luca or Argente.
Upon hearing of the impending festivities,
it's
I
Argente.
commanded the one and only to bring me to Penacony with full haste. Alas, the cosmos unguarded by the beauty. Disorder prevails. Thus my passage was delayed by tending to the sick and injured. Fortunately, the mini-rabbit mech pilot, stray cat duelist, galactic ninja, and quad-drive Intellatron, along with 32 other souls in distress, all emerged from their predicaments safe and sound. I then led them all here to revel in the harmony with the countless other splendid beings. I do not deserve such praise. Unfortunately, that dashing IPC ambassador, whose radiance matches that of a beautiful peacock, remains in a woeful state. Ugh, how I wish he too could partake in this splendid occasion.
I'm fine either way. Fighting him was a very painful experience.
Okay, let's get back to business. Since fate has brought us together, it stands to reason that you both seek the accolade of the audition's victor, correct?
Yes.
Though upon arrival, I was once mistaken for a towering silver-armored fugitive with fiery red flames due to my lack of eloquence. It matters not, for all these trials stem from the land of the dream's beauty. What matters is that I now stand before you. Our paths have crossed. I, Argente of the Knights of Beauty, am humbly requesting a battle with you both, in the name of the Code of Chivalry.
Sure, fight me.
If I am fortunate enough to emerge victorious, kindly grant me passage to the Crown of Victory, and recognize that Idrilla, the beauty, is the most peerless beauty of them all.
Here we go.
Dear friends, please ready yourselves.
for this trial set forth by the beauty.
Try that again!
Move carefully.
Okay, so Don
The
is
time
gonna
now.
do great here.
What about this?
Come one, come all.
Let the duel commence. My gallant friend, put forth all your might.
You can't run!
Right.
Rules are made to be broken!
Yeah, let's try to destroy these guys.
You won't get away.
Nice.
Clemency? Never heard of it. Let's go.
Right.
Yeah, the flesh wound.
My turn.
Combat is a series of precise machinations.
Rise to the challenge. Cleanse thy loyalty.
Step aside. I have no interest in stoking conflict. The flesh wound.
Right, and this should break it.
You won't get away.
Rise to the challenge.
Told ya I could fight.
The truth of life and death, revealed in an instant. This sanctuary is but a vision.
Okay.
Rise to the challenge.
Perhaps you still don't understand. Humanity never concealed its desire to control the heavens. And I'm no exception.
I'll say the music's really good.
Bear witness. Rise. Your convictions, friends, are indeed on.
Whoa.
You're fighting a gentleman.
Oh, there's 4 of them now.
The laurels of victory belong to a driller.
Alright.
This! Rules are made to be broken!
Alright, so basically destroy this one as quick as I can. Okay.
You have the worst luck running into me.
Yeah, I'm just gonna try you.
Time for a
Gotta try
detailed
hard
overhaul.
sometimes. Check out this awesome move.
Yeah, let's just go one at a time. Nice.
My gallant friend, put forth all your might.
The time is now. Let's go.
You won't get away.
Rise to the challenge.
Nice. Donna
My
is dead.
gallant friend, put forth all your might.
Oh, Yumiko's gonna go down soon. The sooner I break this guy, the better.
Rise to the challenge.
You won't get away.
Perhaps you still don't understand. Humanity never conceals its desire to control the heavens. And I'm no exception.
Good.
Bear witness. Order! Let the duel commence.
Let's make it quick. How about this? Rules are made to be broken!
So yeah, the rose one needs to be destroyed immediately.
You got to change your welcome!
Watch this!
Sure.
You won't get away.
Rise to the challenge. Pledge thy loyalty.
It'll take more than that.
And a gallant friend. Put forth all your might.
Almost.
Gotta try hard sometimes.
Let's have
Check out
March
this
finish
awesome
it.
move.
Or C, if March can
Rise
finish
to
it.
the challenge, my gallant friend.
Never mind.
Put forth all your might.
I don't want to be alone.
Let's go.
That's enough. I have come to grasp the sincerity of your cause. I yield.
Oh. Okay, never mind.
Beautiful! Truly a captivating contest. It is through
Thank you.
that I realized to uphold the honor of a drama and further hone my skills. What a beautiful lesson indeed!
I see some blend of fate. Just FYI.
Go forth, my dear friend. Beautiful miss. The audition's crown is yours to claim. I shall remain here, gazing from afar as you bask in the limelight, joining the audience in offering you the most heartfelt cheers and applause.
We don't have much time. May fate allow us to meet again, Night of Beauty. In that case, let's make our way to the end. Penacony's really thronging with talent. I hope we make it in time.
Yeah, that would kind of stink if we didn't make it in time. Yeah, we get fireworks! Fun, fun. Right, Pentagon Grand Theater, let's do it.
Congratulations to the Galactic Baseballer and Firefly on becoming this Scorch Sand Festival champion!
Pentagon Grand Theater.
Forward to their amazing entrance in the Charmony Festival!
Thanks, I guess.
Congratulations to the both
Oh, it's not a cutscene.
on becoming the festive superstars of this year's
Sunday?
Charmony Festival before entering the Grand Theater.
Sunday Fun Day?
I, on behalf of the organizers, extend my sincere congratulations to you, wishing you joy under their radiance.
Thank you. You already worked things out with the Dream Master?
As previously promised, my sister, Mr. Yang, and I have met with the Dream Master. We delved into the truth about Penacony and its Stellaron, and have come to a consensus.
Okay.
Both I and the Oak family cannot acquiesce to your request.
Oh.
Just as expected.
We acknowledge the perspective of you, Nameless. Penacony does require change, but not as you propose. The planet of festivities cannot and will not revert to a place characterized by chaos, disorder, or anarchy.
Well, there's nothing wrong with anarchy.
Through your journey of overcoming obstacles, you must have glimpsed the essence of that era. The vulnerable ruthlessly eliminated, equality non-existent, common folk living precarious lives, eking out a dreary existence. Ultimately, only heroes like yourselves manage to achieve success.
Okay.
But I would dare ask, if you did not possess the special status of having a Stellaron, and you were but an anonymous and frail member among the masses, which Penacony would you prefer?
A safe one.
A dystopia for the survival of the fittest? Or a sweet dream paradise for all?
I don't know. Why are you asking me? I'm just here.
That's not the point. Don't let him mislead you.
I wasn't planning on it. I don't like people in high up positions trying to control me. Makes me feel weird. Not in a good way. Hate being controlled.
Mr. Sunday, even if the members of the Oak family can't fully agree on what to do about the Stellaron, now's not exactly the time to be holding an extensive discourse about Penacony's past and future, is it? The Stellaron issue concerns the life and death of everyone on Penacony. If anyone has a better suggestion, the crew is more than willing to listen. Also, it'd be best to tell us the ins and outs of that meeting.
Yeah, go on, let us in.
This way, we'll at least know what Welt and Miss Robin are dealing with, and the reason why they failed to make our appointment.
Yeah.
Ah, Navigator. That is precisely my intention. With all present, let's begin by discussing the details of that meeting.
All minus your sister and Welt.
Let's talk about our tribulations and choices, our ideals and beliefs, and our final course of action. The only path to take.
Why do I have a feeling that we're going to be fighting Sunday? I have a feeling we're going to be fighting Sunday. Because he's not willing to cooperate with us. He has a very serious disposition, like a very serious aura around him. It's giving combat. A while ago.
You mean to say that for the longest time, there have been scoundrels who would use the Charmity Festival that I have bequeathed to the masses as a tool to realize their ambition?
Apparently.
Indeed, Dream Master. Once the Charmony Festival begins, the Stellaron's powers, along with the song, will be broadcast across the entire planet of Penacony.
Oh.
And then everyone in their dreams will be unable to awaken.
Oh, that's not good.
This is indeed surprising to me. The dreamscape is maintained by the collective effort of the 5 families. If
that is not good.
Charmony Festival to recklessly disseminate the power of the Stellaron, this individual must hold a position of great authority. Do you have any suspects?
I'd like to ask, did you really not know of the Stellaron's existence?
I would have never thought that this nameless would point the spear at me. Quite astonishing indeed.
Yeah, we're astonishing people.
If I have offended, the Astral Express extends its sincere apologies. But the current circumstances are dire and leave no room for meticulous inquiry. We're doing this out of concern for the Dreamscape's safety. So, if you could, please alleviate our concerns.
Dream Master, it's just to prove that the Charmony Festival has nothing to do with the Stellaron. If we're being overly cautious, I will return to the stage to offer tribute in song, just per the arrangement.
Sunday, Robin. I've watched you two grow up and know your dispositions like the back of my hand. Both of you, right now, can surely be lauded as their most devout advocates. I already know your resolve. The magnitude of this matter is enormous and cannot be taken lightly. Since Mr. Yang has asked with such earnestness, I will personally respond in kind. If there is a need, the entire Oak family will be mobilized to heed your call.
Oh.
Someday, might I ask you to beseech them to cast their light unto me and question me in their stead, so that no lies may be concealed?
I will do as you command.
Could I trust you to be present as a witness, to document the truth, and to proclaim my innocence, so that all slander may be utterly dispelled?
I will do as you command.
May thy will be carried out on earth, just as it is in the heavens.
Oh, triple-faced soul, please sear his tongue and palms with a hot iron, so that he will not be able to fabricate lies and make false vows.
Let us begin. There is nothing else to prepare.
Understood. Question. Have you devoted your life to your god? never worshipping other gods.
Naturally.
Do you love your god as you do yourself? Always heeding their admonishments?
Naturally.
Have you strayed from the path expected by your god, betraying their name?
Never.
Have you ever been inordinate with your asks of your god, coveting more than the foundation of the creation itself?
Never.
Then, a final question. Do you swear to fulfill all vows, past, present, and future?
With the Eon as my witness, if I do not deliver on my words, or if I renege on my vows, may I be cursed in accordance with divine law.
They have seen your faith, and have endorsed your faith. With this, it can be evidenced...
Just a moment.
What is it, Mr. Yang?
I have another question I hope to have answered. To my understanding, the family's harmony and prosperity have never relied on so-called divine laws. The god you both mentioned, are they truly Shipe?
Mr. Yang should know that those belonging to the family toil together as if they were kin, embracing solidarity and unity under their light. All duplicity is laid bare before
It's giving cults, to be honest. Also, I'm going to be muted a little bit extra because the dishwasher's running right now and it's a little loud, so...
Such a delicate and complex symphony. Which other god could perfectly harmonize this, if not for the Great One, Shipe?
Perfectly harmonize. Therein lies the problem. It isn't an outsider lurking in the shadows who changed the harmony, but a dissonance that has surreptitiously emerged from within this very symphony itself. In the distant past, there existed an Eon. With one flick of the wrist, they crafted the laws of the cosmos. Their followers formed the Beyond the Sky Choir, spreading solemn and reverent hymns throughout the universe. Later, they fell. The route traversed by this Eon clashed with the harmony, ultimately being absorbed and fused into it. The chorus that once reverberated across worlds fell silent, and when it echoed anew, it was transformed into the hymn of harmony. Though an Eon may perish, paths with no masters still linger. In the all-forgiving harmony, echoes of bygone dissonance may subtly arise.
Mr. Yang, being overly astute can be a detriment. Especially when you find yourself alone and without allies.
So this is how it is.
For the sake of our grand cause, Sunday, please afford these two an opportunity to rest.
What?
sorry, Robin. It's just you. I did not wish for you to know this. It's a pity that things have turned out this way.
So, this is the true reason I can't sing? The shadow that envelops Penacony is actually...
We were never children of the Harmony. Our ideal paradise could not have been crafted by sheep.
Sunday's the traitor.
True bliss.
Sunday's the traitor.
Can only
Holy
be
cow.
guaranteed by the one who transcends.
That was
the many.
unexpected. Okay. So it looks like we really are fighting Sunday. Gotcha.
Within the foundation of law, humanity establishes civilization. And through harmony, we obtain order.
Unbelievable. To think that there would be remnants of the Order on Penacony.
What have you done with Mr. Yang and Miss Robin?
Don't worry. I just gave them some time alone to ponder their fates.
You should know that these actions make you an enemy of the Astral Express.
Should we need to stand against the Nameless, it would only be myself and the Oak family involved. But we haven't reached that point yet, have we? Your efforts for the justice of Penacony are evident to everyone, and have been widely observed. Patience is a virtue. However, I won't hold it against you. On the contrary, I'm here to make my intentions clear.
If it is the Order that drove you to imprison Welt and Robin, and you're using them to coerce our compliance, then there'll be no point in entertaining any type of discussion.
You're mistaken, Miss Himiko. They are in very safe hands. And just as the family has always proclaimed, no one can be harmed in the dreamscape, least of all in the beautiful new world belonging to the Order. Penacony and the entire universe have witnessed far too much innocent bloodshed. The strong wield their blades against the weak, and the victors push the vanquished to the brink of life. Natural selection. The world abides by this principle, establishing the well-being of humanity atop the corpses of the downtrodden. Only we,
so it looks like the Order is a bonus path, I guess, that's even older than all the others that we know in the game so far.
So you've decided to resurrect a dead Eon? No one's ever done such a thing.
If Miss Himiko is interested, let's draw back the veil and speak candidly. I've always firmly believed that people can understand one another through peaceful means. I'm willing to divulge the unembellished truth as to the intentions of the Order's Pathstriders, so that you will make better judgment for the Astral Express, for Penacony, and for this stretch of the universe. Words can hardly do justice to the beauty of that ideal. So, come with me, everyone. Let us retrace our steps, and see once again where this road leads.
Huh? Where'd he go?
Welcome. This isn't any location in Penacony's dreamscape. It's my inner world. The reason the scenery before you remains unchanged is because your consciousness has drawn on similar concepts to fill in the gaps.
Did you do the same to Welt?
It's a tuning process. Stronger in effect and more draining on the mind. The gray-haired guest has experienced it before, so he should understand what it entails.
I just realized that our image is on the screens here. I'm very curious as to why
Tuning
that's the
allows you
case.
to intuitively
And I'm
grasp
very
my feelings,
nervous.
which also means that I cannot hide anything from you. Now, everyone, please look at the huge screen. The road we once took begins here. From this point on, you will witness the numerous decisions I've faced. I've selected a portion of these to share with you. I believe after going through similar predicaments, you'll be able to better understand my thoughts. Let's begin. The first decision. A story about a baby bird. This story happened when Robin and I were very young. We were victims of the Stellaron disaster, and the family's Mr. Gopher Wood, who would later become the Dream Master of Penacony, saw that we siblings had no one to turn to and took us in. Later on, Robin and I lived a time with nary a care in the world. One day, after dinner, while my younger sister and I were lounging about in Mr. Gopher Wood's yard, we spotted a fledgling Charmony dove all on its own. That baby bird was tiny. It didn't even have all of its feathers, and it couldn't sing. When we found it, it was already on its last breath, having fallen into a shrub, probably abandoned by its parents. We decided to build a nest for it right there and then. However, thinking back, that winter was unusually cold, with fierce winds at night in the yard, not to mention the many poisonous bugs and wild beasts in the vicinity. It was clear that if we left the fledgling in the yard, it stood no chance of surviving until spring. So, I suggested we take it inside, place it on the shelf by the window, and asked the adults to fashion a cage for it. We decided that when it regained its strength enough to spread its wings, we would release it back into the wild. The tragic part, something that we'd never considered, was that this bird's fate had already been determined long before this moment. Its destiny was determined by our momentary whim. Now, I pass the power of choice to you all. Faced with this situation, what choice would you make? Stick to the original plan and build a nest with soft net where the Charmony dove fell. Or build a cage for it and feed it, giving it the utmost care from within the warmth of a home. I eagerly await your answer.
That guy just casually throws this kind of question at us? What exactly is his deal? But fine, I'll answer, I guess. If it were me, I guess I'd choose to build a cage for the little Charmony dove. After all, leaving it there, it's bound to get hurt by wild animals or something. And that'd just be too sad.
It looks like he really has no intention of imprisoning us. If it's just a quiz, I suppose it's fine to humor him. to the question, I would personally choose to build the little Charmony dove a cage. No special reason. I do think that a fledgling should have the right to fly into the sky. But if it can't even live to that point, then there's nothing to talk about to begin with.
I can't decipher his intentions right now, but based solely on that question, I would probably choose to build that dove a cage.
Alright, so yeah, it looks like
Even if I was
everyone's in
gonna release it back into the
consensus
sky, it'd have to be strong
that
enough to
they would
fly
all
first.
choose to build
If
the
I left it where
dove
I
a
found it,
cage.
I fear it'd never get the chance to fly ever again.
I'm happy to see that you made a choice similar to ours. If your mind is made up, let me reveal the outcome of this choice. We passionately nursed it back to health, preparing only the best food for it every day. We even preened its feathers. Later, on the day that Robin left Penacony, we opened the cage door and let it fly back into the sky. I watched it for a long while by the window, probably about 3 or so days. In those 3 long days, the little Charmony dove tried again and again to spread its wings to fly into the sky, but fell to the ground, only to keep trying. Finally, on the 137th attempt, it succeeded. But its attempt did not go perfectly. After flying unsteadily for a while, it fell to the ground, unable to grasp the direction of the air currents. The fall shattered its wings. It writhed helplessly in my embrace. But it was all for naught, finally succumbing to a painful demise. And in that instant, our tender care, our given love and hopes, they all became the inevitable push that sent it to its death. I deeply regret the choices we made. Next, let us head to the second decision. This time, it's the story of a dream chaser. This story happened when I was appointed as Bronze Melodia, a position exclusive to the Oak family, charged with listening to the problems and vexations of Dreamscape residents, and providing them with the relevant guidance. It was during that period that I had the opportunity to hear voices from all corners of the Dreamscape. Joy, sorrow, arrogance, regret. The complex tapestry of human nature that formed the world. And I was fortunate to catch a glimpse of it. He was a dream chaser, and an illegal stowaway. Just like the rest of them, he came to Penacony in search of a better life. Except that, to most people, the price he paid, I suppose you could say it was everything. He told me I sold everything I could at home. The house, the land, even his 2 children. He said he could not afford to raise them, and that at least they could eat if they lived as slaves. He had a plan in place. He would buy back his children once he had made his fortune, and enjoy Penacony's beautiful dream with them. Alas, his plan to smuggle himself was somewhat clumsy, and he was sniffed out by those pig-headed hounds. After hearing the Dream Chaser's story, I immediately appealed to the Bloodhound family to cease their pursuit. That way, At least he could live peacefully. But I was still too naive to the ways of the world. I did not anticipate that what I thought was a kind gesture would later lead to dire consequences. I'll tell you the outcome soon. For now, I'd like you all to make a choice. Will you do as I did, and try to convince the Bloodhound family to stop their pursuit, so that the Dream Chaser may live peacefully and realize his wishes? Or will you remain silent, leaving him to languish while the hounds are hot on his heels, until his inevitable judgment arrives?
I feel like I don't even need to
I look
deliberate,
forward to everyone's decisions.
to be honest, because I kind of already know which one I'm gonna choose.
The outcome of this tragedy.
For the first one, I was like kind of a little unsure. I wanted to see what everyone else said, but I've already made my decision. Cease pursuit.
I'm honored to witness you arriving at the same decision. Out of respect, I'll share with you the dire consequences that my choice back then brought about. First, the outcome. He attained major success. After avoiding capture, he ran a business for a few years, very quickly making a name for himself, elevating his status. He might not have become a tycoon like old Audie, but he was considered a character of excellent repute. Now then, did he realize the wish he set out to achieve? No. The last time I saw him was in the real world, where the hounds were going to permanently exile him, and I was the accompanying Bronze Melodia. The mission was simple. Listen to the criminal's repentance. He told me the reason he was in this predicament was because he conspired to usurp the head of the Alfalfa family. When I asked him about his 2 children, he instead responded with a question. What children? In the end, my heart aligned with the harmony, and the good deed I dared to undertake held no value, turning instead into a wrongdoing. It created a lamentable oppressor and countless oppressed individuals. As to your choice, I once again offer my heartfelt apologies. Next comes the third and final decision. And the story this time is my own. This story happened the day I was appointed the Oak family head. At that time, Mr. Gopherwood was the current Dream Master, and as per his wish, we had a private conversation. What surprised me was that the Dream Master had only come to deliver a letter to me. He let me read its contents, and it was a letter from my sister. The letter contained the usual pleasantries, anecdotes from her travels, nothing out of the ordinary. Just as I started wondering how this letter related to our discussion, the Dream Master began to speak.
Do you know who wrote this letter?
My sister, of course. But why would you personally visit me to hand me a letter from my sister containing mere trivialities?
To help you grasp the full scope of this issue. Do you know where Robin is at this moment?
From what the letter indicates, she must be in Caspelina 8, correct? She's touring there right now.
Correct. Has she mentioned anything about a stray bullet?
A stray bullet? What?
A war has broken out on that planet.
It is because of this very reason that Robin chose this destination. To spread the word of the Harmony, and to save the lives of that planet she personally made for the front lines. She hoped to ease the people's suffering with song, and was willing to brave mortal danger to deliver the IPC's medical supplies. Unfortunately, stray bullets show no such compassion.
Is she all right?
If the operation was successful, she should probably be recovering in the field hospital. By the eon above, the bullet struck her neck directly, yet possibly as a reward for her consistent deeds of harmony, it didn't hit any vital arteries. Once you've attended to your outstanding tasks, it'd be advisable to write her back as soon as possible.
Those damned savages! I'll pack my bags right away. My gratitude for bringing this to my attention, Mr. Gopherwood.
Now you understand why she always wears such elaborate neck ornaments, don't you?
How could this happen? Miss Robin.
It's all in the past, so please don't worry. I share this in the meager hope that you will understand the Harmony's limitations and predicament. As grandiose as the strong defending the weak sounds, many times, it is nothing more than wishful thinking. Likewise, I've prepared one last question, one last choice. But rest assured, this choice will not have any grave consequences. Because this is merely a figment of imagination, a nightmare that has haunted me through countless nights. If you ever had the opportunity to make a choice like I did, would you still support Robin's journey on the path of harmony?
I just realized I was muted when I said that. I still say yes. I am wondrously supportive of my friends and family and their decisions. If it's something they're truly passionate about, to an extent of course, I will follow. I will follow and support them to the end of time. And quite a few of my friends are very, very aware of this. Like, some people that are super near and dear to me have already seen just how earth-shatteringly supportive I am. So, yeah, I'm saying yes.
I see. I am now aware of everyone's stances. Raising these questions merely serves to illustrate one point. The plight of Penacony cannot be salvaged by the Harmony. The true foundation for a sweet dream paradise can only be established through the order where the strong govern the weak. I know the suffering of being tormented, the turmoil of losing your way, how sorrow and even despair set in when matters don't work out. All of this causes me unending pain, because this is not what happiness is at all. We must teach the weak how to live a happy life, and this life isn't some noble propriety that the upper crust preaches, but in definitive terms, a way of survival that belongs to everyone.
So what is your definition of living a happy life?
Good question. Human consciousness is fundamentally an illusion, a cage known as self-worth. People lured in by this illusion make mistakes, yet still ask that external influences bear the burden. When one mistake after the next permeates the masses, they become impossible to trace. Thus, the amassing of these individual cages culminate to form a prison. A place dictated only by the rule of survival of the fittest. Nature is always accompanied by predation and sacrifice. Its antithesis is known as order. That is what I want to do. Unite people's happiness under the banner of order. They won't need to make bitter choices any longer, nor face the weaknesses of humanity. They can cast aside their primal instincts to build a haven for mankind. Simply describing thoughts is far too abstract, so allow me to provide a simple example. As you all may know, there are societal norms like weekends and long weekends that exist on some worlds. During these hard-earned rest days, people are given the chance to extricate themselves from the stresses of everyday life, allowing a certain tranquility to return to their souls. And it is only on these days that people do not have to adhere to the law where the strong prey on the weak. They can live out their lives happily during these brief intermissions. It's just a pity that 2 or 3 days are still too fleeting compared to the span of a lifetime. From where I stand, society's ideal system should be 7 rest days. Following Sunday, there should ensue a second, a third, and indeed an infinite procession of Sundays. This should be the face of the new world. Idyllic, eternal, peaceful days. And thus, every person can return to their base selves in this utopia. Some gaze in reverence at the stars, pouring their whole beings into calculating the distance between us and the isolated world of Pagana. Meanwhile, some seek refuge in quiet corners, holding one another, unencumbered by the chains of unwelcome obligations. There would be no need to bear the hardships of reality. Only in this way can humanity face the inevitable end with the purest of spirit, living a life of dignity. This is what it is to live in bliss. Miss Firefly, you who are stricken with entropy loss syndrome, you of all would surely understand this.
It sounds like a flawless theory.
But what is the price to attain all this?
The cost is minute. Merely a
No such thing as a free lunch.
And eternal sacrifice. If this paradise is to be maintained for everyone, Someone must remain trapped in solitary awakening until the end of the cosmos.
Awakening. Which means that this so-called paradise is still a dream. Stepping into this paradise means forsaking reality, correct?
It is not forsaking, but transcending. Flesh, blood, sorrow, weakness. If the physical is the root of spiritual suffering, it is only logical that we defeat it.
But in this supposed bliss, people won't have defeated their demons. The chance to overcome their tribulations would be forever lost to them. In other words, it is an escape.
That's another way of understanding it. But there is no shame in escape. On the contrary, the seeds of escape exist in everyone's hearts. Don't you agree, Miss Firefly? And as for why life slumbers, it is because we are afraid to awaken from our dreams. But this is not in conflict with the grand plan. Only in acknowledging this can we truly understand the frailty of human nature, and from there, show compassion and protection.
I admit that you are a born leader. Your perspective on humanity brims with pessimism. Yet you express compassion for all, even when your heart pities them. But unlike you, I live for the self. From my perspective, individuals making choices for themselves is their birthright. The want to escape may be innate in the weak. But whether they are weak or not, it is not up to another to decide. Perhaps in your mind, you also view me as weak? Because I don't think so.
Since Miss Firefly has said her piece, the Astral Express will also naturally give you our answer. We'll leave it to you. Just as Mr. McHale instructed before. Tell him our choice.
What is this place?
Does this place ring any bells, Misha?
I don't know, but I feel a sense of deja vu. What is this place?
It's the realm within a dream bubble. This was left to the Astral Express by a nameless, but weirdly, when we entered it, it was completely empty. Dr. Edward from the Dreamscape sales store told me that dreams are formed from memories, and a dream bubble can't take shape if its core is empty. So I thought you might be able to help us in unraveling this mystery, Misha. As a hotel doorman, you know Penacony best among us.
I don't know much about dream bubbles, but if you want to figure out what this mansion is, I'll do my best.
I'm counting on you then.
Himeko, I still don't get it. why were you so sure that Misha had a connection with this dream bubble?
I wasn't sure. It was just a hunch. But since Misha feels familiar with this place, my hunch might be correct. Exactly. This is where you and Firefly encountered death, which we now know as dormancy. Considering its connection to Dreamflux Reef, it's not surprising it appeared here. The question now is, who brought you here? Based on the clues we have so far, it's unlikely to be that masked fool. So identifying them is crucial to us. We're drawing closer to the truth once more. Let's give Misha some time, as I believe he'll unveil the secret of this dream bubble.
Alright, but there are doors all over the place. Which one should we choose? Do you have any idea, Misha?
I guess... maybe this way? I'm not entirely sure, but... let's give it a try.
Wait, you managed to choose the right
Weird. This place is quite different from the hotel. But I feel like I've been here before, and even lived here for a while. If I remember correctly, there should be a fireplace down that hallway. Clocky and I used to sit by the fire, listening to the crackling of firewood. And the room on the other side was the toy room. I loved spreading out all the toys from the box on the floor and making up stories for each of them. Hold on. This doesn't make sense. Didn't I grow up in Dreamflux Reef? So, what is this place?
This could be a case of amnesia. But don't worry, Misha. It's common for everyone to forget certain aspects of the past. Those memories haven't vanished. They're just lying in the depths of your mind. We can surely get them back. Since this place seems familiar to you, why don't we explore a few more rooms and see if you can recall anything more?
Please don't promote yourselves
Let's check out the rooms I just
randomly. If it's relevant to a conversation that we're having, then sure, go right ahead. But if you're just randomly promoting yourself, then yeah, if you're just randomly promoting yourself in my chat, then I'm going to delete the message. I'm going to say this now. I feel like I should make it a rule. I'll think about that. Anyways, on to story. Actually, no, let's save this for the next episode, because this is kind of a good stopping point. So, that means we're pretty much out of time now, because we have basically gone just a bit past 3 hours. So, on that note, we we have to keep going. Stop the challenge and save current progress. Let's quit completely to exit the challenge without saving. You know what? No, let's keep going. Let's just finish it. Let's just keep going. Where are we supposed to go? We're supposed to go this way and figure the thing out. Fireplace.
Mikhail, that's the name. Now we all know him as the Watchmaker. So, who is he talking to? Do you know anything about it, Misha?
I'm sorry. I don't know much about the Watchmaker. But, Mikhail...
Anything special about that name?
Mikhail is Grandpa's name.
Grandpa? Do you mean you're the Watchmaker's grandson?
But we haven't heard anything about the Watchmaker having descendants. And the name Mikhail is not rare. Perhaps it's merely a coincidence. Could you tell us more about your grandpa, Mikhail?
Yeah, sure. He was a seafarer who fearlessly ventured into mysterious seas and storms. He was always on the sea and had lots of friends who accompanied him on his travels. He didn't want me to call him Grandpa because that would make him sound old. He believed he was still young. The name Mikhail was given to him by his parents, Mihaly and Elise, both renowned seafarers. Every time he came back, he'd share his logbook with me and tell me about his adventures at sea. I want to become a great adventurer, just like him.
It appears that the seafarer has nothing to do with the Watchmaker. So, perhaps it's just a coincidence? So, where is your grandpa now?
He went off on a new journey, and it's been quite a while since I last saw him. So, where has Clocky gone? Did he leave to protect Dreamville? I heard some noises from the room. Origami Bird? That's a friend of mine.
You and Origami Bird are friends?
Yeah. It's a member of the Compass crew, just like Clocky and Miss Mirror. And there's more than just one Origami Bird. They are a big family with lots of brothers and sisters who look the same. They follow Miss Mirror's orders and handle all sorts of jobs on the ship. They're the best sailors.
Sailors? Can origami birds be sailors?
Could you tell us more about the compass, Misha?
The Compass is a ship bound for the New World. Clocky and his partners travel through layers of fog to the depths of the sea. Whenever there is danger, Clocky will use a compass and guide the ship in the right direction.
That's a great story. But in the Penacony cartoon, Clocky and his partners have always lived in Dreamville and never ventured out, right?
Huh? Oh, that does seem to be the case. Weird. I clearly remember... Clocky arrived in the New World in the end.
Perhaps Clocky has a hidden past.
I think... I hear the sound of water.
You once mentioned there's a magnificent fountain up ahead. Look, there it is!
The water resembles a precious jewel, embedded in the dreams of all seafarers. Every time I gaze at the shimmering lights beneath the waves, it feels as though I'm back in this place, standing by your side.
Have you recalled anything, Misha?
Yeah, I saw these sentences in Grandpa's logbook. He used to say that despite the perils of the sea, whenever he stood on the deck in the afternoon, overlooking the sparkling waves, he would think of this fountain in front of his house. He often said that those moments felt like returning to his family's side, and the difficulties at sea didn't seem quite as challenging.
You know, I quite understand such sentiments. Hey, don't tease! I was just being a bit sentimental.
Perhaps every adventurer far from home carries a fountain within their soul. Even though the other side of the sea remains shrouded in the unknown, the fountain in front of his house serves as a compass, leading him back to his cherished ones.
Yeah, while Grandpa was at home, we would stand by the fountain and place the compass, a toy boat that I made, into the pool. Back then, I would ask him when I could go on adventures like him, and he would always laugh and say I was still too young.
It seems this Mikhail is truly a seafarer and has nothing to do with the watchmaker.
Yeah, based on Misha's recollections, the scenes in the dream bubble appear to be his childhood memories.
But this raises more questions. According to Misha, he was clearly born on an oceanic planet and led an ordinary life, with no connection to Penacony at all. Could this be some sort of metaphor? Perhaps the sea refers to the memory zone.
I'm sorry. I don't know, but my memories keep pouring out uncontrollably, like water flowing from a fountain. Perhaps I'll remember more things if we go further. I wish to share your burden.
We're going to the opposite side, right?
No, we should turn left here.
Huh? Something feels different about this place.
Up ahead is Grandpa's study. It was in that room that I saw him the last time.
Tick, not finally stop the fog! Across the ocean is our destination!
The atmosphere in this room feels totally different.
Hi, Adelina. Welcome back.
Misha! You finally come!
Are those books on the bookshelf logbooks left behind by that seafarer?
I'll be sure to honor my promises and let you know when I'm all wrapped up here. It shouldn't take too much longer.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Whenever he came back, he placed a logbook on the bookshelf in his room. They contain records of his expeditions to every corner of the world. He described our world as a fountain. At some point, the sea started to gradually swallow up the land where people lived. To ensure that everyone had land to settle on, he had to continue exploring the sea in search for the source of the rising seawater. On that day, he called me to his study, telling me that he was embarking on another journey. However, I could sense the gravity in his expression. It was the same look I had seen on my father's face before his final voyage. I asked him if I could go with him, but he said that my adventure lay elsewhere and told me to stay home and patiently await a certain sound at the door.
What sound?
He told me about a vast ocean in the sky. An ocean of stars. He spoke of a train that transports children with a desire to venture far away, traversing the sea of stars without ever stopping. He said that he knew the crew on the train, and that he had asked them to take me along. He said the journey I had always dreamed of would start there.
A train? Could it be?
The Astral Express?
It's the Astral Express!
Hey!
I remember now. Grandpa's friends are a group of nameless who came to this world to resolve a disaster caused by a star.
Said star being assumedly a Stellaron.
Then, he gave his pocket watch to me. It was his cherished treasure, appearing in every one of his adventure tales.
Clock keeps smiling.
He explained that difficult times were ahead, but assured me that the watch would guide me. He said, as long as I kept moving forward, I'd eventually reach my desired destination. And then, it was as if I heard the distant sound of a train whistle echoing throughout the room.
Exactly, Misha! And then we followed that whistle, didn't we?
Yeah. I think I can still find the way we took back then.
Okay, let's keep going then.
This is
Oh,
the dream
right.
jigsaw, right? So we're supposed to find the exit. But where can we find the last piece?
Do you remember? You said you obtained a mysterious shard when you stumbled into this place.
Hey, the shape seems to
there we
match.
go.
So this shard is also connected to Misha?
Looks like we're just
Guess so.
one step from revealing the truth. Let's get to the other side and investigate.
Alright, puzzle time. Alright, so this definitely goes here. You go... No, you go here. That means you go here. Well, kind of. There we go. And you finish everything off right here. Oh, it's one of those fun little, veil paintings. Alright, here we go. So yeah, we'll complete this little...
This is my room of clocks. While I spent my time waiting for Grandpa to return from his voyage, Walter gave me this workshop, and it became my secret base. Here, I learned how to repair clockworking gears, out of my fondness of precision mechanics.
The fact that the pupil of his eyes, a little keyhole, is getting extremely distracting.
Embarking on adventures with my companions, Clocky and Miss Mirror, in search of the new world. I was born and raised here.
So, this building in the dream bubble is your childhood home?
Yes, but not exactly. To be more precise, this dream bubble itself is my home.
Oh.
Looks like you've remembered everything now.
So you used to live inside a dream
Why does
bubble?
it feel like everyone else knows something I don't?
Probably because that's a common occurrence.
Marge, do you remember when he mentioned a clocky that only he could see?
Yeah, the little guy here, right? But we all saw him in Dreamflux Reef, right? And Mr. Yang even greeted him.
Looks like everyone on the Astral Express has a childlike spirit.
The answer lies in the Astral Express. His experience shows that neither Firefly nor Acheron can see this clocky.
And neither of them have any official affiliations with the Astral Express.
And when we were in Dreamflux Reef, you may have noticed that for some reason, nobody outside of the crew had ever talked with Clocky.
Yeah, I noticed that too.
A mimetic life that can only be seen by a select few. It's just like a hidden message, left by someone for the nameless.
But Misha can see Clocky too, right? They even grew up together. But Misha hasn't started the way of the Trailblaze yet.
That's the key to the mystery, March. Now, take a moment to recall. Have you ever seen anyone outside of the crew interact with Misha?
Wait. No way!
That's the answer, March 7th. This dream bubble is the place where I was born. And I'm a dweller in this dream. Just like a memory zone meme. I should have stayed here and waited for you. But when reality and memories merged, I unconsciously pushed open that door and left the bubble with Clocky.
So it's not that the Watchmaker's dream bubble is empty, but rather the stuff inside ran away?
Seems like it.
And the whistle you heard was the sound of the express arriving at Penacony?
That's one way to see it, but I believe there's a longer story behind all this. It's best for Misha himself to explain all the details. How about we start with your name? Now, should we call you Misha, or...
Thank you all for
for helping me rediscover my true self. Now, please allow me to reintroduce myself. I was born on Lushaka, in the Presmere system, adopted by seafarers Mikhail and Char. They gave me a treasure, a name that carried their hopes.
Okay.
Mikhail Char Legwork, or simply Misha. If you prefer, you can call me by a more familiar name, the Watchmaker.
Oh. Wait, shoot. I just realized this was foreshadowed.
You're the Watchmaker himself?
Hold on. This was
Unfortunately,
foreshadowed.
that legendary figure
See that little tag there?
is
That,
no
that,
more.
that little
I'm only a reflection of his life.
Disco Ninja, thank you for the follow. And welcome to the stream. We are currently playing a Honkai Star Rail, and we just came across the discovery that Misha is the Watchmaker. How are you? I'm doing great. Back to how this whole entire thing was foreshadowed. So, there's this little golden tag on Misha's little tie here.
As for the child who has been with you, he's the
that in
innocent
mind.
protagonist of Misha's childhood dream. Friend of Clocky, a young apprentice, and a future mechanic.
There's also a similar
in
tag on
Express.
us, and we're affiliated with the Express. So little tags like that are to denote members of the Nameless. So that means Misha has been secretly a member of the Nameless this entire time. I'm from the US, and I'm also from the US. I'm not giving any more details beyond
This
that,
also marks the
because
beginning
I've already
of his
doxed
journey,
myself once this weekend.
devoted
I'm not
to the
doing that again.
Trailblaze.
At the end of the journey, I
I
left this little flame, which I so cherished, in my deepest dreams, hoping to pass it on to the nameless.
Do I study or do
future
work?
generations.
Little bit of both. I am currently studying college, and I'm almost done with my associates in arts. And I also do random little side jobs on the side for little bits of money.
However,
Alright, I'm gonna turn on autoplay.
somehow left the dream bubble and forgot all about his task. I apologize for all the confusion this caused.
Because he was born with a desire to trailblaze, wasn't he? I don't think Misha has forgotten his role as a guide. He remembered it, and that's why he mistakenly
have you
appeared
done
as
this
a
for
hotel
Passion for Time
doorman
Pass?
in his stream from the very beginning.
Yeah, I stream because I love it. I mean, eventually I want to turn it into a job, but until such a day arrives, I'm perfectly happy doing it just for the fun of it.
The one who brought our unconscious friend here must have been Misha. If that's the case, we encountered the Watchmaker's legacy from the beginning, didn't we?
Seems so, yeah.
Well, I have a sarcastic friend who says I always take big detours and
You seem like a pretty good streamer to me, thank you.
Perhaps that's what everyone
I'm
has to go
not
through.
really that good, but thank you for the compliments either way.
But in the end, you found me. I'm sure you're all wondering what my legacy is. I believe my hound has mentioned the Stellaron and my wealth. If I may apologize, the Stellaron part is real. As for my wealth, however, it's nothing more than a baseless rumor.
Okay, so yeah, it's fully official that there is a Stellaron
I left my homeland as a
involved
child
in this.
and embarked on the journey of Trailblaze. I traveled to various planets until finally reaching Asdana, where my friends and I built the original Penacony and fought for its future ever since.
That always entails a lot of fun.
I've been moving forward all my life,
I also have a lot of respect for graphic
doing what
designers.
I could to overcome the obstacles in my path. But ultimately, my journey reached its end, and I left behind no possessions worth entrusting. So, if you ask what's left within this worn-out train engine that can be called a legacy, I suppose it's the things that are still burning in the engine's furnace. Now that you're well aware of the current situation of Penacony, I certainly hope that you'll help me get this world back on track. But I'll leave that decision to you.
Well, distracted the viewers coming on the other floors
The
has
path
increased.
of Trailblaze is never paved by
That is definitely true. I will provide absolutely no arguments on that.
and two gifts.
Two gifts.
I want to give you my pocket watch. It has accompanied me throughout my long journey, guiding that naive child forward, and has been blessed with the presence of so many great people up to this day. And my hat, too. The one who navigated for me placed it on my head and planted a fanciful thought in my mind. The trailblazing expedition will never end. Now, it's time for you to make your choice. Once you've made up your mind, open that door and enter the long dream of an old man. I'll be waiting for you at the end of this corridor of time.
Up and they just disappeared.
All right, everyone. Let's make a decision. Although I don't think anyone will have any objections.
I'll choose the Trailblaze.
Of course. We've come this far. Surely there's no other option than moving forward.
Let's continue to march the path of the Trailblaze.
In that case, it's unanimous. Then let's proceed together to the end of this dream and tell Mikhail our decision.
And sorry that this, for people who have watched any of my other Starville streams and know how long they go, I'm sorry that it's lasting a little bit longer than normal. It's just that there's not really a good place to truly stop. So I'm just like, you know what, I'm just gonna keep going until I get to a good stopping point where I don't end up losing any progress.
Mikhail, where are you going?
Someone has to step up and save Lushaka. So why can't it be me, Misha?
Please don't go. And if you must, please take me with you. Don't leave me alone.
Even without me, you know how to proceed forward, brave Captain Misha. The compass is waiting for you. Haven't you always wanted to be a better adventurer than me? Now go, board that train and start your journey.
Do I use Discord? Yes.
Where are you going, Mikhail?
If you ever want to reach me on Discord, then you can either put !socials or !Discord. !Socials will give you the list of just general social media platforms where you can find me aside from Twitch, and exclamation mark Discord will bring you straight to my Discord server.
Yeah?
I know what it looked like before. Its chain was broken, the back case torn, and the marks on the dial all worn out. How did you manage to fix it?
Well, it's hard to explain, but I knew it could be fixed. It's the hands, Mr. Amundsen. Its hands were intact and pointing in the right direction, so I knew there would be a way to fix the rest.
I see. You'll work with me from now on. Haven't you always wanted to tinker with this train? You're its mechanic now. As for the conductor, I'll do the talking.
Just like that.
But I only know how to fix watches.
Don't worry. You've got what it takes.
Just click that link, you'll be brought to my server.
I'll teach you what you need to know.
You can meet everyone else.
Where are you going, legwork? It's time to head to our next stop. I'm staying in Astana with Rosalina and Tiernan. I see. This place reminds you of home. The people of Astana have only achieved a tiny victory and still have a long way to go towards true freedom. Hanunu needs us. Don't worry, not all journeys lead to the stars. Even if I leave the Express, our path of trailblaze will continue. I knew you wouldn't stay on the Express forever.
So Granol was the original navigator before Himeko. Alright.
And, take this with you. This is Mr. Amundsen's hat. But why? When he departed, he said he would leave it to his best student. Well, I suppose the time has come. Farewell, legwork. Take care of Tiernan and Rosalina. And don't forget to write to us.
Where are you going, Watchmaker?
Don't worry, Micah. Just going on a little trip. Someone has to be at the forefront of the interstellar frontier, and I'm the only former nameless in Penacony. So why can't it be me?
True.
Because you're all we have. Have you forgotten about Tiernan? The cosmos is way more dangerous now. What will happen to Penacony if we lose you too?
I have no idea.
But what will happen to Penacony if we don't find a way out?
I still have no idea.
Tiernan. How could I ever forget him? I've spent countless sleepless nights asking myself why I didn't go with him back then. We Nameless won't stop. Don't worry, Micah. It's just a matter of getting back to my old profession. Just wait for me to come back. What if, and it's a big if. If I don't come back in one piece, then you'll become the next Watchmaker.
Where are you going, old man?
Gallagher.
Oh, you're here.
Answer my question. What are you up to?
Relax, Gallagher. I just came up with a great idea.
Wanna hear it?
I kinda wanna hear it.
Oh, come on. Aren't all your ideas just ways to get yourself killed? I may be blunt here, but you're the last remaining hero in Penacony. If you die too, the secret of the Stellaron will go to the grave with you.
Yeah, that is fair.
Yes, I'm afraid there's no way out in Penacony, so I'll have to consider alternatives beyond Asdana. We'll organize a festival using the Watchmaker's legacy as a facade and send invitations to the entire cosmos to gather people here. So, a desperate struggle against the family?
Seems like it.
Desperate? Don't we have you here, my friend? This task is challenging, but what hasn't been challenging for us along the way? Well, whatever you do, remember. Make sure to send an invitation to the Astral Express.
I guess we had this planned out, like, the entire time.
Where are you going?
Oh, it's you, Clocky. Take me to Dreamflux Reef. Last night, I had a long dream about the day we met. I want to write down that dream.
Write it down? Why?
Oh, so I won't forget it. Do you remember how you got your name, Clocky?
Of course. You told me that when you were a kid, you lived in a room full of clocks. Those wall clocks and pocket watches grew up with you and were your best friends.
Yes, but what I didn't mention was there's a funny misunderstanding behind it. I was a kid, and there was always a special pocket watch in my memories. It was with my grandpa, guiding him on his sea voyages and leading the way in his every adventure story. I wanted to have a pocket watch like that too. And that's when you appeared in my dreams.
Yeah. Every night, we boarded the compass and set sail together.
But you know what? It wasn't until the day my grandpa gave it to me that I realized it wasn't a pocket watch at all.
Then what was it?
It was a compass.
Ah.
So, your name should have been Compassy.
I mean, that doesn't really
And
have
the watchmaker is just
It doesn't really have the same ring to it as Clocky.
We've arrived at Dreamflux Reef. So, where to next?
You know, Clocky, I don't think I'll be going anywhere else.
Take a rest in the moonlight. Hopefully after this it'll give me a bit of a... Actually no, I think I've dragged on long enough. I'm gonna say pause and save. Can I return here easily? If there's an anchor here, good. If there isn't, then that's not gonna end well for me. Please tell me there is. Okay, thank goodness. Okay, cool. And there's stuff I can do at the Clocky statue, but I'll do that off camera. Anyways. Our time together has just about come to an end. I will not be streaming. I will not be streaming tonight, but since the special program isn't very long, I'm just going to attach it to the stream tomorrow. So what we're going to do is tomorrow night we're going to watch the special program and then play some Stardew. Yeah, that's the plan. Anyways, that'll just about do it for today. If you guys enjoyed this stream and you're on the YouTube side of things, then please be sure to comment, like, subscribe, and as always, stay awesome. And if you're one of the lovely people who decided to take time out of your day, afternoon, or evening to come watch this stream live, as it is happening, or you're here for the 2 weeks that it's on Twitch before I transfer it over, then please be sure to drop a follow and maybe even a subscription if you have not done so already. And as always, long live the rebellion.